I'm Cindy Moore with cool2chick.com. This is Cindy's wire weaving kit. With this kit, you get the jig, you get a C-clamp for mounting it on your table, cutters, nut drivers, clamps. This is your hay hook. You get a tape, a file, a wooden dowel, a hammer, and a bag to carry it with. Everything you need but your wire. For this project, we're making a 16 wire bracelet, 16 wires wide. So I've cut 16 wires of 18 gauge metal, 12 inches long. I've taped them together as close as possible with masking tape. Then I'm going to open my vise with my nut driver, and I'm going to mount this in the vise with the tape level with the top of the vise. Then I take my nut driver and tighten it snug into the vise. If I were going to use this piece in conjunction with precious metal clay, I would use fine silver. You always begin on the left side. You have your wire secured in your vise, so you take the first wire on the left and you push it away from you. You take the next wire, pull it toward you, the next wire, push away. That's it. Okay, now I've got all my wires separated. Again, I start on the left side. I always start on the left side. I take the one on the left, I go down through the valley of the wires, I clamp it down with my little clamp here on the side. This stabilizes the wire. Okay, again, starting on the left, I take the first one on the left, which happens to be coming toward me, and I push it across the center wire. Then I take the next one on the left, which is away from me, and I pull it toward me. The next one away from me, and so forth all the way to the end. Okay, I've gone all the way across. Now I'm going to take my little clip off, and I'm going to take this wire and take my thumb and push it down and pull it toward me. Now if you count, I have 8 wires here and 8 wires there. Now I don't move it in the vise at this point. I'm going to start again on the left side and go across the valley, clamp it down, do the same thing again all the way across. I'm going to do 3 rows just like this and then stop. Okay. Now I've already completed my 3rd row. As you see, it's standing up here. So I take my clip loose, pull it back toward me. I have 8 on each side. Now what I do is I bend them up just a little so I have a little valley or a V. Then I'm going to loosen my nuts until it gets enough space to drop it down even at the top of the vise. You see it's even there. Tighten it up. Doesn't have to be too tight, just snug. Now I'm going to repeat the steps that I've already done. I take the first one on the left, put it across the valley, clip it down. Then I proceed on all the way across, doing the same thing I've already done. Okay, I've completed my first row after I dropped it in the vise. So doing the same thing here, pull that toward me. Now I'm going to make a little V here, and I'm going to take my little wooden dowel and I'm going to tap it very lightly. I will do this now after every row. This keeps your weave consistent and even along the edges. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is the same thing. First one on the left goes across, clips it down. After I've done this row, I'm going to tap and drop. Remember, tap and drop now after every row. Now I've completed about 5 inches of the weaving, so I'm still doing the same thing. Remember, weave, tap, and drop each time. Okay, now that I've come to this point, I will decide how long I need my bracelet, and then I will measure to know when to stop weaving. There's several ways to finish. You can use cold connections, you can use rivets, you can use precious metal clay, if you're using fine silver wire, or you can solder 8-gauge square stock on the end. All of these details and other instructions and details are included in your kit, which you can buy on my website, which is cool2chick.com or wholelottofwhimsy.com. These are the few of the other a couple other different designs. This is called a double weave here. This is learned in the class. It is not covered in your directions in your kit, the double weave. This is a single weave with the stone mounted. This is a single weave here with the stone mounted with the split weave using 20 gauge twisted wire. A lot of different wires. You can use a combination of twist and smooth, all twisted. There's just lots of fun things you can do with it. So hopefully you will contact us and get a kit or come to a class.